Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name is Jack and today is another LEGO Weekly News update. Let's start off by showing all of the official LEGO set images that were revealed this week. Some images of these sets were shown at the New York Toy Fair a couple of months back, but now we've got official production shots of both the boxes and everything that's built inside. This one here is called Batman Scarecrow Harvest of Fear, set number 76054. I think the prints on all of these minifigs may be new, but I'm most excited about the new version of this Batman. The build for the Batcopter isn't too bad, but I'm really looking forward to getting that Scarecrow's Combine. Batman's getting another summer set. This one's called Croc Sewer Smash, set number 76055, and this comes with a Bat vehicle that we have not yet seen. It looks somewhat like a tank, but it's really its own unique shape. And Croc's vehicle, on the other hand, looks, well, a bit like a Croc. And I'm pretty sure this is the first time we get Croc in a figure form. This time he's a big fig. Moving on to Marvel, we get 3 new Spider-Man sets. This first one's called Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle, 76057. And it looks somewhat similar to a very old Spider-Man set, except the bridge looks way better and there's a lot more cool new features. And also in the set you can see there's a Spider-Woman. I think this is the first time she's been officially released in a LEGO set. Here is Spider-Man Ghost Rider Team Up, set number 76058, and it looks like Spider-Man and our first Ghost Rider minifig have teamed up to fight Mob Goblin. I think my favorite parts about the set are the little street corner with the signs, and that flaming headpiece used for the Ghost Rider minifig. Last Spider-Man set is the Spider-Man Doc Ock's Tentacle Trap, set number 76059, and if this thing counts as a mech, it is certainly the strangest one I've ever seen. Doc Ock's tentacle arms are no longer attached to the minifig, but instead seem to be extensions of this giant robot. And with those 4 legs at the base, I'm very curious to see how well you can actually pose this mech into any walking positions. Also, Spider-Man seems to come with his own Spider-Man surfboard. Alright, moving on to LEGO Star Wars news, there's a slight update with the May the 4th sale, and because the event's coming up so soon, I'm just going to do a basic recap of everything you're going to need to know about this Star Wars sale. First off, don't be confused about the event being called May the 4th. All the sales and exclusive offers start on April 30th. And although sales and offers include the Ultimate Collector Series Assault on Hoth set, the exclusive May the 4th Stormtrooper minifigure with a purchase of $50 or more, double VIP points earned with the purchase of any Star Wars LEGO sets, and the most recent update here is with the purchase of any Star Wars set, you can also get a free LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens poster. Also really quick, I shot off a bunch of the official images for those LEGO Star Wars sets last week, and there was one LEGO Star Wars set that didn't have any official images available until this week, and that is basically this image here for Captain Rex's AT-TE. It's a pretty cool set. This is Captain Rex's customized version of the AT-TE walker that he turns into a pretty awesome little mobile home. And finishing off all of the official image reveals of the week, let's move on to the Mixels Series 9. Mixels is always a bit of a wacky theme, and this first guy here is called Screeno, and he is from the new tribe of the Newsers. He seems to have a TV-shaped head, and he carries a microphone. This next guy is called Campsta, and he seems to resemble a TV helicopter more than anything else. And our last guy here has a pretty appropriate name. He's called Mike, and you can see one of his arms there is just a giant boom mic. And I think in the center there, that's maybe where the sound recording happens. These 3 are a pretty fun and creative tribe, and this next one here seems a little bit more mainstream. We have the Ninjas tribe, and here is Cobrax, appropriately named because he has a bit of a kind of cobra body, and he seems to have a snake for a tongue and carries daggers. Here is Spinza. He comes with swords, angry eyes, and a bunch of pointy legs. Something tells me you're supposed to flatten those legs out and spin them around. Our last guy is called Maisto, and he looks like a bit of an older, wiser Mixel, with both a long white beard and a staff. The last 3 guys are called Trashas, and the first one here is Gobble. The name is pretty self-explanatory, and I think he might be my favorite of the new Mixels. The next guy here is called Sweeps, also a pretty self-explanatory name, and if you look closely, you can also see that his tail is also a broom. And this last guy here is called Edward Shovelhands. Just kidding, his name is actually Compax, and I'm sure you could guess why. Alright, let's move on to our LEGO Ideas segment. If you don't know what LEGO Ideas is, it's the website in which you can submit your own LEGO creations in hopes to having it become an official LEGO set. Now this week there were no new sets that got 10,000 votes, which means no new sets have been put into the LEGO review stage yet, which means right now we're going to shamelessly promote our LEGO Ideas project. My brother built a mini AT-AT that scales just right with the Lego built mini AT-ST and mini Snowspeeder. We've done a video on that if you want to check it out, and we'll also leave a link for it on LEGO Ideas. And speaking of which, there are links for everything that we talk about and more in the video description below. And the last little bits of LEGO news that I'd like to share with you today are that Blocks issue 19 has been released. So if you'd like to pick a copy of this magazine up, that's now available. And LEGO has created a new mobile app called the Creator app. It is a simple and easy to use stop motion app. So from what I can gather, if you are brand new to stop motion and would like to get into it, this app might be a very good tool for getting started. Alright, so that's it for LEGO news. Let's move on to the custom creation segment, and this is where I basically get to talk about some of the cool custom creations that I happen to see throughout the week. This first build here is called This Wasn't Planned by W. Navarre, and this is an all too familiar moment in time that you might have seen in any number of cowboy movies. I think what's so good about this build is that individually, both the base that creates the cliff and the tracks, as well as the train, both look very good on their own. The broken bridge is constructed very believably and does a very good job at looking broken. But the builder must have kept some sort of structural stability on that piece, because it can end up supporting the weight of this train build even at the very end of the tracks. This one here is called Poisson Mosaic 3D by Anrie's shop. This is definitely one of the more unique LEGO builds that I've seen in a while, and that's because this builder really makes it feel like it's a mosaic first and a LEGO build second. Almost like they already had a compelling image in their mind and then ended up using Legos as the medium. And this end result here is a wonderful three-dimensional painting. Here's our next build called Cuda Dragster by EROL, and something tells me this is the best looking version of a dragster that you could possibly get at this size. All the iconic features of a dragster are there, and if you put this build in the middle of a bunch of Hot Wheels cars, I'm sure it would blend in just fine. Here we have Ella Tall-Tide Kneebones Cabin, and this is yet another build by Vitreolum. The build style of this character in the center is very unique to Vitreolum, and they certainly always look a little bit comical, but the cabin interior of this room is once again chocked full of incredible details. We have a couple of larger built LEGO treasure chests, along with some barrels and supplies, as well as this very good looking desk with what looks like maps and charts, and this awesome little globe on the side. This scene has a very fun atmosphere, and the clean and precise building technique used makes this scene all the more submersive. This last build here is called Space Battle Ride, and it's by Alexis dos Santos. Not only does it look great as one of those kind of classic tame carnival rides, with the kind of silly cartoony rocket ships, and this quaint little ticket stand, but the builder here went one step further, and this carnival ride actually works. They've also created a compilation video of some of their other LEGO creations, and those builds are pretty darn good. I will leave a link in the video description if you want to check those out. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching, and tune in same time next week for another LEGO Weekly News Update. If you enjoy our content, feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.